Yeah, I already started.
Okay.
Yeah, so firstly, I want to thank you for giving your valuable time to me and allowing me to talk with you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for inviting me.
So, Garcia, where are you from?
Sorry, what?
Where are you from?
Oh, where am I from? Well,
Uh,
I was raised in New York City. Um, so that's really that's really it. My mom's from Ecuador. Uh, and my dad is mixed, so like a lot of places.
okay, so what do you do? Can you introduce yourself to my audience?
Okay, so my
Yeah.
name, well, my pen name is A.L.Garcia. This is my book. Um, it's a personal narrative of my life. So I started writing it just like therapeutic way because I went through a lot of abuse and by the hands of my father and a lot of neglect from my mom. So I started writing it as a sort of therapy, and then this is sort of like a final stage where I feel that publishing it just puts these truths out there, and I don't have to keep feeling like I never said anything or I never did anything about it. Yeah, so I'm also a veteran, and I'm a translator, um, and I'm in school. So a few
Wow.
things. I'm a mom, so I'm juggling a few things.
Okay, wow. So, I have seen your broken things on Amazon. So, can you tell more about it?
Yes, so like I said, it is um, sort of like detailing from the time I was around 7 years old until I left my home when I was 21. So I left New York, I joined the army, and that was kind of how I escaped. I was never saved from my abuse. Um, I reported it at school. Oops, sorry. I reported it to my school when I was in second grade, and my mother didn't believe me. So basically, I continued being abused, and my father got away with it. And I just went to the army when I was 21. There was this whole like escape plan with me and my siblings, and so basically, it's like that whole story. That the book is basically that whole story from the time I was around in second grade until we did this whole escape plan, and I joined the army.
Okay, from the age of 7 to age 21.
Yeah, like not every single detail of my life throughout that time, but major events and like just like uh, what I felt were things that needed to be said that were secrets of the family.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of secrecy surrounding child abuse in all forms, but particularly sexual abuse of children is very secretive in families. And this was just my little piece to try to bring that bring that issue to the forefront, to try to bring a little bit of awareness, to try to show anyone that you don't have to take those secrets to the grave. Um, you can just say them. You can I want everyone's story to be out there. I want everyone who went through any of this, any kind of child abuse, to be able to tell the world what happened to them and not just have to hide it and keep it. And sometimes we're still connected to those family members, and we just have to live with it and make believe it didn't happen. And I just, this is just my little piece to the world, hoping that it will make a difference, that other people will have the strength to at least confront their family members or um, confront their abusers or write about it or tell the whole world about it.
So when you thought about to write this book and why you thought about to put this book name as Broken Things?
Mhm. Well, my book is named Broken Things because um, I always felt like I was broken. Like had a very strong spirit when I was a little child, and I used to fight a lot against so many things. I was really rebellious, and I feel like just from the moment that I uh, told someone that the abuse was happening, when I reported it, and I wasn't believed. My mother didn't believe me. After that, we ended up getting evicted from our home, and it was just so many things that I feel like kind of broke my spirit. So that's that was the inspiration really in naming it Broken Things. Another thing which is kind of interesting is that the I don't know if you can tell, but the book has like broken glass on it,
Yeah.
and yeah, and the inspiration behind that is that my my father actually broke my a glass table with my head.
Oh my God.
Banged my head into a glass table when I was doing like we were doing math equations, fractions. I think it was. I was really young, and I don't know. I got him upset because I got something wrong, and he cracked the glass table with my head. So that's how severe, and that's only a tiny part of one day. So that's how severe the abuse is, or was. I even writing this, there were times where I relived it and didn't really know how I survived it. But you know, love for my siblings, just staying strong for them and for some other people who were kind. It got me through that, and so I just wanted to share that. Really, it's more about um, not not going to the grave with these with these secrets, and also inspiring anyone who needs it to confront their abusers and say what happened to them.
So this book is about the broken things.
Yeah, like me, I'm a broken thing, right? So that was my inspiration for it. Yeah.
When I started the video and when I started talking with you, your smile made me to feel like, there is no broken thing on this planet because your smile was that positive.
Thank you. That's so kind of you to say. I really appreciate that.
But when you said about your book, and I didn't observe it until you said it. The glass is broken. The picture which shows
Yeah.
on your book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like it's important just because so many children go through it, and they grow up into adults. A lot of times they don't get help, and they just have to live with it, and fix themselves. And I feel like I wrote this poem. My heart is a mosaic. Like I put the pieces back together and I glued them, and you know, uh, that's how I feel. Like somehow I put the pieces back together, and you know, I hope everyone can do that with their lives.
But you worked in army, right? Army is more about the strong people, the strong mindset people, the positive, extremely self-believing people. But how I can't see you like a broken thing because you worked in a in a strong
I
position.
there are people whose spirit is broken in so many different paths of life. Well, when I was in the military, it was rough too. Like I was still going through I was still processing a lot of the emotional turmoil, and I really wasn't through the abuse completely because my father was still, talking to me and I was trying to get him out of New York. I was trying to get him to come to Texas just because I wanted to get him away from my siblings. So I wasn't really past the abuse completely. And so it was really a weird stage in my life, but I met a lot of wonderful people. I made a lot of friends, and it definitely helped me to find some stability.
Okay, so how old are you right now?
I'll be 33 in December. I'll be 33 this year.
Okay. You don't look like 33, 32.
Uh, oh yeah. Okay. Thank you. I guess.
So, is this your first book or you wrote books before?
But I never decided to publish anything until just now, just recently. And so Broken Things is my first book. I have a few other things planned. Broken Things is really sort of, I was never trying to write it as a book. It was more about therapy for myself. And then I came to the realization that, my soul needed some revenge, like I needed to let it out and let everyone know that this person did this to me. And so I think that was a little part of why I published it. So I am constantly writing, usually poetry, and I'm working on a graphic novel right now also.
Graphic novel. Okay.
It's like a little comic type thing.
Wow. So, this is your first book. So, when you started expressing yourself using words, using sentences in the book, how you felt? You felt like released, or you felt like you know expressive?
It was a lot of emotions. Because every time I write about it, even every time I read it, I sort of relive it. And part of it was hoping that everyone does relive everyone who reads it will relive it or will live it with me somehow, so that they can feel compelled to take action on these sorts of things or have the sorts of very uncomfortable conversations that it takes to unveil abuse or to stop the sort of societal trends that allow abusers to continue within family structures.
Okay. Can I say that this book is about the autobiography of the negative things that you faced in your life?
Not necessarily negative. It's just about the truth. Really, it's about, yes, it's about, a lot of the abuse that I suffered, but there's also parts in there of how my siblings helped me survive it and how finding love helped me survive it. And it's really like a survival narrative of the fact that I survived these things.
So you're telling people how to come out from their negative emotions and negative thoughts with your experience.
I think I'm telling people I survived and this is what happened. This is not really like a self-help book. It's more about I survived and this is the truth. This is what happened to me. So many people did not know it. So many people knew me for so long and no one ever knew. They knew my father, they knew my mother, and they would have never known any of the stuff uh, that I wrote about unless I say it. And so really it is a survival narrative. Kind of just exposing the truth thing type of thing, more than self-help.
Okay, what else you'll do other than writing?
um, so like I said, I go to school. I'm a student still. I am a mom. So I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they're always on me. Right now they're sleeping, so I'm able to do this. Like I have the baby monitors right here. um, I translate stuff, freelance, and yeah, that's basically what I do. And I study and I research and I write.
You have nice tattoo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I have 9 actually.
9.
9.
Okay. So, who inspired you to write a book? You decided to express yourself, or do any person came to you and said you that why can't you write a book about your experience, and so that you can feel happy or you can feel like relief?
No, I decided to write it, like I said, because of therapy. So, this gave me a lot of mental health issues, and I really was. I think for anyone that went through what I went through, you're going to have a lot of pain and sort of depression, very depressive tendencies, and a lot of fear and anxiety surrounding certain situations. So I decided to um, write this book, um, which, like I said, it didn't really start as a book. It kind of started more um, as as like an exploratory journal about the events that happened, because I wanted to really pinpoint where my feelings were coming from. So it really started like that. Me just writing about um, how I feel about the abuse, and also just trying to, put together all the pieces and put them and write them down and say, this is actually what happened to me, and this is why I'm feeling this way. You know,
So broken is a negative word. Broken, you are using it for presenting. You are presenting yourself as a thing which is broken. So it is a negative word.
I would
So
negative. I just consider it truthful. You know, saying that I'm a broken thing is not negative to me. It's just the truth. It's feeling like, I know I'm broken because of what happened to me. The fact that I have had to put myself back together to be functional um, and have success in my life uh, is just it's just the truth. It's not a bad thing. I think we're all broken in some way. I think life is really rough, in general for so many people, and we're all broken in some way, and we have to find a way to put our pieces together and find our path in the world.
okay. So what is breaking? I want to know what exactly is breaking uh, things.
Sorry, what?
What exactly is breaking things? You are saying that every person will have broken things in their life. I want to know what exactly makes them to break
Right, like for
their
example,
things.
somebody goes through bullying, they could feel broken, you know, and they can get past it with a million different in a million different ways. So that's just an example. If somebody, it doesn't even have to be severe abuse. Somebody's family could go through divorce, and they could feel broken in certain ways. They can feel like that particular, part of their life made them feel broken, and they find ways to put themselves together and to reconcile, you know, how to reconcile those events, and feel better, and do better with their lives. So part of having my children was, I wanted them to have not the perfect life, but something that was so vastly different from mine.
Okay, so I forgot the question actually.
What?
I forgot the question. I got a good question when you were telling about things. So okay, how many after releasing this book, have you released this book on Amazon?
How do I what?
I mean, have you released this book?
Yes, it's on Amazon and Silver Street Media, um, and it's available. Also, the ebook will be available soon. I'll be posting. Um, a link for the book, which will also be, um, available on Kindle
Okay.
and some other ebook site. I forgot the name right now. But yeah, it'll also be less expensive because I try to make it as accessible as possible so that, really my main interest with this book is just sharing it with the world, just so that, I'll also be doing a book giveaway soon through Instagram and through Twitter. Um, and I'll be trying to give away some books, on each site. Just because, like I said, I want to share it with everyone, and, I really just, like I said, it's just my little drop that I can provide to see if anyone will be inspired to also stand up to their abusers, or also tell the world, the truth of what might have happened.
How many people got connected with your book?
What do you mean connected?
Uh, Saying that, I felt the emotion that you felt after reading that book. Your book contains the pure emotions.
I'm not sure. I just released it, and it was on Amazon only in print. So I think anyone who bought it is still probably waiting for their copy to get to them. It was released only a few days ago, so,
Okay.
I'm not sure if many people have had the chance to read it yet.
Okay. Do you have anything to say to the people who are watching this video?
No, just hi, and, speak your truth whenever if you can, speak your truth, confront anyone who, made you feel a certain way, or you feel was abusive, even if it is a family member. We have to find the strength to, speak candidly, and tell people the truth, and, confront anyone we have to confront, so that we can heal ourselves, and, and move forward.
What is truth?
Truth. What is truth?
Yeah.
Everyone lives their own story. Everyone lives their own truth. And unless we share it with each other, no one else will really know it unless you share it. It's what you feel, and what you live, and what you experience. And, everyone's truth is through their own perspective, So, somebody doing something may not feel it, but, somebody receiving that could say, I felt neglected. Like a person could say, a teenager could say to their mom, hey, I felt neglected. Um, and the mother probably could not notice it, right? Um, but that's still that child's truth. That's how they felt. So, I feel like everyone just needs to communicate more. I want to encourage conversations, not end them. Um, I just hope that people can communicate more with each other, and particularly children who have so little, children have very little rights in this society. There's not a way, for them to really challenge their parents most of the time. Very difficult. I know that firsthand growing up with abuse. So, a lot of us end up having to grow up and have our own lives before we can even confront our parents and tell them, you know, hey, you hurt me, and, and hope that they will understand, and hope that they will apologize, or try to work through all of the situations that happen in families. Families are very complicated.
So this book is more about what exactly is happening in a family.
Well, what happened in my family,
Yeah.
it's very personal. So it's like a very personal narrative.
Okay. So can I put this video on my YouTube channel? Because this book is more about your personal
Of course,
thing.
no, feel
Yeah.
free. Yeah. That's why I did the video or the interview. All right. Well,
Okay.
so nice to speak to you. I wish you the best, and thank you for inviting me and for interviewing.
Thank you so much. I love your smile.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I like your hair. So cool.
And when is your next book is releasing?
So I'm planning, I'm still working on my graphic novel. It's called Boom Evil Eye. It'll be released when I finish it. But I have a book of poetry coming out probably in the next few months. I'm going to focus on Broken Things for a little while, and then I'll probably release the next one in a few months.
Okay. I want you to write more books and I want you to express yourself so that you can be very happy in your life.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks so much. And thanks again for the interview. And I wish you the best. I'll be on your YouTube channel to see it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So I can put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye now.
Bye.